It's something that RuPaul said in an Oprah interview, that people do treat you differently when you dress a certain way, when you appear a certain way.
I always tell the kids I'm at work with, I say, if you wore a suit, you'd make more money.
Really? Mm-hmm. And why do you say that?
Because it changes the way you move around and navigate this earth and how people interpret who you are.
Exactly. Stedman was leaving home last night and was going back to Chicago, and he said, I'm going to put my suit pant on, my suit jacket. And I go, why are you doing that? Why were you just, he goes, people treat you different.
They do.
They treat you different when you're wearing a suit jacket. He goes, they just treat you different.
Even though RuPaul was talking about somebody else and other people treating you differently, people have this bias of doing this. You yourself probably have the same exact bias, right? When I meet somebody and they're really dressed nice, there's something about that that makes me think, wow, maybe this is somebody that I need to know. I do have that bias, and I acknowledge the fact that it is a bias, but I still act accordingly, right? When a man wears a nice tailored suit, you see that man a little bit differently than a man who's just wearing a t-shirt and jeans. It's a natural bias that we as humans have, so you might as well use it to your own advantage. And of course, this goes to the outside world when you're networking, etc. But I think it also goes to yourself, right? Oftentimes, I'm home by myself. I just work off my laptop and I don't really see anybody throughout the day, but I still dress up. I still do my makeup. I do my hair. I put on an outfit, right? And people might wonder, well, why do you do that if nobody's gonna look at you? Hello, I look at me. And I think that's what people don't realize, is that you carry that same bias to yourself. When you look good and you see yourself and you're like, dang, yes, you are so well put together, you actually form a bias against yourself and get more self-confidence. And it's something that you created yourself. It has nothing to do with other people complimenting you or other people seeing that you're well put together. And it has everything to do with a human psychological bias that happens based on appearance, and using that to your own advantage to create self-confidence. So even though I am sweating in this coat and I have chills and muscle ache and I have a headache, I don't know, doing this video and talking and looking good, it actually makes me feel so much better than I did when I was laying in the bed. And I know in no time I'm going to get better.
So Marilyn Monroe is a great example of this. At the Madison Square celebration of John F. Kennedy back in the day, Marilyn was set to perform. She was apparently running a very high fever, almost fainting backstage, having her dress sewn in, and that's why she was a little bit late to be on stage. And then she comes on to make sure she does what she does best. And at the end results, she looked like $1,000,000. Everybody felt like $1,000,000. And that performance, you wouldn't have known that she was running such a high fever. Which to me, it goes to show that you cannot let your circumstances define who you are and what you do. You dress how you truly want to feel at that moment. And for Marilyn, it was $1,000,000.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you.
Here, Tom Ford works with GQ to dress a man, and he says it best.
And part of what we wanted to do, we asked all the guys, where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years? And help them dress their future. You know, dress the part and it will come to you. So dress like a restaurant entrepreneur. You will be a restaurant entrepreneur. You will own many restaurants. So you need to dress like what you want to be in life.
Whether you're going through something, whether you're not feeling so good, let me know, comment below, and tell me if this is something that you are willing to try. I know it's a little bit different. It's a little bit out of the box, but when we go outside of the box, usually something magical will happen, and or it fails and we just move on from that. So subscribe below and I will see you on the next video.
And the reason I stopped giving outside seminars is that the success rate is almost 5 times greater going to the castle, having a butler wait on you, dressing, thinking more of yourself, because self-esteem is the key to high performance.